Okay, so now I have my little file. It is all nice and empty and nice and clean. Now the last step before I save this is going to be to add a color. You can pick whatever color you want. Pick a color that kind of goes with your movement. Mine is kind of a cowboy, so I'm thinking maybe something in the brown family. Maybe something green. You can kind of pick anywhere here. You can pick any of the pre-selects. The one thing, I think I do kind of like that green. Well, actually, yeah, let's make it a little brighter. There we go. There we go. The one thing you do have to be careful of here in PhotoPea is you make sure you click OK. Now, the one nice thing is that it does save the last colors that you've been doing. So if you're doing that, you want to be coloring all of your images in one sitting or one day. Otherwise, you're going to have to go and write down the color that you want or go back and figure out exactly which color you're using so that your color stays consistent. So if you don't want to have to do that, you can kind of pick something here. You can even pick some of the standards here and then click OK. Then what you're going to do is you are going to go to all the way down here and you see this little gradient tool. Once again, you're either going to click and hold or you're going to left or right click and you're going to change it to the paint bucket tool. Now the paint bucket tool is just going to, fill in my guy. And now I don't like that color, so I'm going to go back here and I'm going to undo. So that one's a little too bright and I don't like it. So I'm going to play around here for a minute. Oh, I kind of like that one's a little too dark. So now let's try something in between. Oop, I forgot to undo. All right. Yeah, I kind of like that. It kind of has that goal. Now, because I did my hatching a little close, there are these little white spots. If you want, you can zoom in and you can kind of click on each of them and get rid of them. If you can. Whoop, uh-oh. If you accidentally hit your lines, that's what's going to happen. So just undo that. But I really don't care if you leave some of them. I think some of them are going to give your image a little bit of a character. I think I actually am going to leave some of mine, but I am going to fill in my hat. So I would say pick one, maybe two colors. Maybe for my hat, I want something brown because he's supposed to be a cowboy. Let's pick a brown hat that kind of goes with it. And then I can fill in. Okay, so he's got his green body and his brown hat, and I think that's kind of funny, and I like it. So now, last step is File, Save as PSD. So for today, we are saving it as a Photoshop file. This means it will only open in Photoshop or PhotoPea. It will not open in any other files. But you do want to save it. It is automatically going to download it to your download file. And then what you're going to want to do is go up down here and show in folder so you know exactly where it gets sent. And then you are going to click that file, and this is my zipped file, so I'm not going to drag it there. I'm going to drag it over here to where it says move to Chester moving folder. I'm going to move it to Chester moving folder. That way it is back in with all my photos. So that way I know it is right here, it is with everything else, and it's in either my Google folder or the folder that is on my desktop. So from there, next step, I can just close this because it's been saved, and then I can file, open, and start the process again with my second image. So do this with all of your images so that you have 10 or however many frames you have move files as PSD files in your folder. And then you can move on to combining them.